When we were beginning this podcast, I broke one of my glass cups, cut open my pinky a little bit, spilled water everywhere. It was pretty cool. Had to clean that up. So, off to a good start.
It's not pretty.
Okay, welcome to podcast episode number 31. This is my friend Wyatt. We've been friends since...
I think elementary school.
Yeah, elementary school, yeah.
Yeah.
Way back, way back.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, of course. And he's a big movie connoisseur. He's a big political connoisseur. He likes politics a lot. And he's also met several celebrities.
Yep.
He goes around the state of Texas mostly and goes to all different Comic-Cons and stuff like that. So, have you been outside of Texas for a Comic-Con?
Once. It was for New York Comic-Con.
Oh, yeah? How was that? Was it different?
Yeah, it's pretty different.
Big, right?
Yeah, much bigger.
I want to go to San Diego Comic-Con one day.
Yeah, that's hard to get tickets to.
Yeah, that one's big. All right, we're going to start off with a question. So, I have a list of just random funny questions just to
all
start
good.
off. Yeah, just give me 3 numbers from 1 to 25.
Ooh, 10.
Okay. What's something your brain tries to make you do and you have to will yourself not to do it?
It's a tough one. Something my brain tries to make me do?
Yeah. Nothing that'll get you in trouble with the law, please.
Try to call someone with a block number.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yep, exactly.
I've had that urge a few times.
Yeah. Or call a person one too many times or something like that.
Yeah.
Or text someone. Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm like, oh. Okay, another number.
Ooh, let's do maybe 12.
If you were given a 1-minute ad slot during a big event, what would you fill it with?
What I fill the ad with?
Yeah.
Can you give me an example?
For me, it would be just something about probably something about the political climate or something like that, like to make people more aware, not something that the media normally would put out that's divisive or something like that.
Right. Probably put up an ad about the gas crisis.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one, yeah. And the last number.
9.
9. What problem or situation did TV or movies make you think would be common, but when you grew up and you found out it wasn't?
What problem?
Problem or situation, or just what did you see in a movie or a TV show when you were younger that you thought would be like a real thing and it's just not? Like that's just not.
Let's see. Trying to think of one.
For me, it would be like meeting people. Like they make it look so like they just like walk up to people or like bump into people, and it's like that's not. Like people get offended these days.
Yeah, or like they portray high school as like a bunch of what's the word I'm looking for? Like you know how people who play high schoolers in the movie
are super attractive and super old. Like
yeah, they like look like that. They look much older than they are supposed to be.
Yeah.
Playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing like that.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Like the people who play high schoolers in the movies, they come off as very fake.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's one of the reasons, because we were talking about on the way here, that you like The Office too.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons I like The Office, because it was very realistic characters.
Right.
And they weren't like super attractive, but they weren't like, not all of them were like super ugly, but they weren't like.
They were average.
They were normal people, yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Which is pretty cool. And I enjoyed that aspect of the show. I thought that really...
Yeah, you could relate to the characters.
Yeah. And they all have like realistic problems. Like they weren't just like this, like just out of this world problem. And you're like, oh my God, like, no teenager.
Let's just never mention the episode Scott's Tots.
Oh my God.
Because that episode made me cringe.
Oh, that's one of my favorite episodes, actually.
Really?
That one in Dinner Party. Oh my gosh.
I laugh every time when Jan throws the that candle at the plasma
Oh my
screen.
gosh, the Dundee. She picks up the Dundee and chucks it at the.
Yeah, and he's like, "Good luck paying me back with $0 plus benefits."
Yeah. Dude, that was so funny. That episode, those are like the cringiest episodes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the dinner party episode is a good example of domestic abuse.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely a toxic relationship to the max.
Yeah.
So, have you met any of the Office characters at any cons?
Yeah, I met a few.
Yeah.
So, I met Brian Baumgartner, who plays Kevin.
Yeah.
Met Creed Bratton.
Okay.
Really nice
That's pretty
guy.
cool, yeah.
Oscar.
I heard he's like, super funny.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He looks much younger than his actual age.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who else did I meet? I met the actress who plays Meredith.
Oh, Kate Flannery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's very nice.
Yeah.
Had a good laugh
she's
with
like
her.
the direct opposite of her character.
She is. Me and her had a good laugh when I
Yeah.
met her.
That's cool.
And who else did I meet? I met that actor who plays Stanley. I think his name was Leslie.
Yeah, Leslie David Baker.
Yeah, and I met Phyllis Smith.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you basically didn't meet Jim, Pam, Dwight, or Michael. That's it.
I actually saw Dwight when I was in Dallas a few years back, but I didn't meet him.
Oh, okay.
His booth was like very packed.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'd love to meet them. This November or September? No, October. This coming October, they're doing an Office Con, big festival thing in Scranton.
Oh,
that
really?
Me and my family are going to try and go to. Yeah.
Oh, really?
It'd be super cool. Yeah.
They should try to get Bob Vance down there.
Need Bob Vance Refrigeration.
Yeah. That scene never gets old.
Bob, that's him in every scene. Every time he comes on, Bob Vance Refrigeration. That's so funny. So what was the first con you ever went to? Do you remember?
Back in 2014, I went to Alamo City Comic Con with my mom and dad. And I met like cast members from The Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah.
That con was also the first time I met William Zabka, who plays Johnny from Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
He's a great guy, and like in the coming years, I'd always see him again, and he'd remember me.
That's
always let
pretty
me
cool.
take updated pictures of him.
That's pretty cool.
Really nice guy.
Yeah.
And who else did I see there? I saw Robert Englund there, but I didn't meet him.
Okay.
Like that guy's booth was like super packed.
Yeah.
He was pretty popular.
I went to a couple cons too. So I met Peter Mayhew before he died to play Chewbacca, which
nice.
was super cool. I met the guy that plays Darth Maul. What's his name?
Was it Ray Park?
Yeah, he always wears a mask in all the movies that he's in. Like
Yeah.
he plays Snake Eyes and Darth Maul.
They need to give him more speaking lines.
Yeah, and he hardly speaks, yeah, which is weird. And then I met some of the Walking Dead characters. I met Glenn. I met, what's her face?
Was it
Lori.
Matt? Oh, Lori.
Yeah. And then I met Carl. I met, actually, when we were leaving, we ran into Tyrese outside.
Oh,
He had gone to go
nice.
eat lunch or something, and so we ran into him out there, and so we got to talk to him and say hi to him.
He's a
big
cool
dude.
guy.
Yeah. Yeah, he was real cool. And when we were in the Comic-Con, they were, like, ushering Danny Trejo to his booth. So he, like, saw him, like, getting ushered over there. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I've always wanted to meet Danny Trejo.
He's so small. Oh, my God.
Really?
So small,
He looks
dude.
much taller
He's
on.
like, he was, like, down here. Like,
He looks
it was-
much taller in the movies and
Yeah.
on TV.
Have any of the ones you've met been, like, a lot shorter or taller than you thought they'd be?
Tom Payne, who played Jesus, he was shorter.
He was real short?
Yeah.
From The Walking Dead, right?
Yeah.
I heard he's really short, too.
So what was Peter Mayhew like? Because I've heard mixed things about him.
He was super tall. I mean, he was in a wheelchair. He was so
Right.
tall. But he was pretty cool when we met him. He didn't say much, and he wasn't, like, obviously he's a wheelchair bound. And
Yeah.
he was pretty close to the end of his life. Like, we met him pretty close there. So he was, I mean, he was cool. He wasn't.
What year was it you met him?
That would have been 2016 or 17.
Oh,
I think.
nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it had to have been one of those years. It was pretty interesting. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of mixed things about Peter Mayhew with his fans.
Yeah. Have any people you've met been, like, rude? Or, like-
Billy D. Williams, when I met him back in 2016, that guy
Yeah.
was a jerk.
Did you meet him what made him a jerk?
So, when I was meeting him, this was before, like, he was confirmed to return in Rise of Skywalker.
For people who may not know who that is, who is he, first of all?
He plays Lando Calrissian in the Star Wars movies, the original ones.
Han Solo's best friend.
Yeah. So I'm at his booth. I'm about to meet him. And when it's my turn to, like, talk to him, I ask him, is there any chance of you returning in the new movies? He gives me a dirty look and says no. And, like, he was just... He looked like he was in a bad mood or something. Or maybe he was having some conflict of his manager. But I just left right after that. And, like, I mean, a few years later, they confirmed that he was coming back. So I guess you could say I was kind of lied to at that point.
I guess so. I mean, you can't really breach their confidentiality like that. But
yeah.
Have you met any Marvel people?
Oh, yeah, I've met a lot. Met Tom Holland.
Oh, yeah. I heard he's super cool.
Yeah, he loves his fans.
Yeah. He always does cool stuff for his fans. Like, he was at Disney World dressed up as Spider-Man. No one knew it.
Yeah, he's a great actor, and he's great with his fans. I met Anthony Mackie.
Okay. I heard he's funny, too.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
He's hilarious.
Got a handshake photo with him.
Yeah, him and Tom Holland always get into it. That's funny.
Yeah. Him and Sebastian Stan are really great together. Yeah. It's one of them I need to meet. Yeah. I met Jeremy Renner.
Okay.
Hawkeye. He's a really nice guy, surprisingly. When I was at his panel back in 2019, I remember he was asked this question about a movie he was in called Wind River.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you've heard of it.
I've never heard of that.
So it's a movie about, he plays this fish and wildlife management agent, and it takes place on a Native American reservation, and him and this FBI agent are trying to track this missing girl who goes missing after being abducted.
That sounds interesting.
It's actually kind of based on true stories that have taken place on reservations. Huh. And so he was asked a question about that movie, and when he was trying to answer it, he got like very emotional talking about it because of the subject matter in the movie. Yeah. And he was saying like how it's his job as an actor to tell those stories for people who don't have a voice.
Yeah, that's interesting. So how long do you wait to meet these people in their lines?
So I usually, when I can, I usually get like the VIP packages so I can like get in front.
Oh yeah.
Because the waits, they can be very hectic.
Yeah. What's the longest you think you waited?
Ooh, back in 2017 when I was getting Jeffrey Dean Morgan's autograph. Oh, yeah. This was at Fan Expo Dallas 17. His booth was like very packed. Like it took a while for things to get moving. Yeah. And there were a few times when the fire marshals were called in. Oh gosh. Because of the crowds. Yeah. There were a lot of safety hazards at that event.
I heard he's super cool too, Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah. Yeah. I had him hold my bat when I got a photo with him.
Oh, that's cool.
I was like, hey, you want to hold this? And he's like, I would love to.
That's pretty cool. I like him as an actor. He's a really good actor.
Yeah, the first movie I saw him in was actually in Watchmen when he played the comedian. Okay. Yeah. He was great in that movie.
I've been watching Grey's Anatomy recently, and he's in that too.
Yeah, I've heard of him in that.
He plays a guy named Denny.
Yeah, Denny Duquette. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard of his character.
Yeah, he did really good in that role too. He just always does really good. And does Negan, obviously, everybody knows him as Negan. He did, dude. Oh my gosh! Every time I hear him, little pig, let me, dude.
He does Negan really well,
dude. He was scary when he was Negan. He beat people with that bat. And then the way he could switch and he was a good guy. Yeah. Like that was just so great. Like his acting was amazing, and he's tall too, right? He's like 6'5"
he's really tall.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I need to keep going to more Comic Cons. Do you ever dress up?
No, not yet. I never really found the right cosplay.
No.
I wanted to go as Jim from the Halloween episode of The Office season 2, where he has those hole punches.
Yeah, 3-hole punch Jim.
Yeah, but I never had the right materials.
That's funny. I'd like to do the Scranton Strangler.
When
Dwight dresses up with the mask and or Prison Mike would be funny. Or Date Mike would be funny too, with the backwards and a pool stick.
Also, my money is on Toby being the Scranton Strangler.
It
lines up perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah, Once I dressed up as Spider-Man, actually.
Oh, really?
I have like a super expensive Spider-Man suit that I used. It was pretty cool. I took it to a trampoline park too and jumped around in it. It was pretty cool. The kids loved
Nice.
it. Yeah. Um. Yeah, I definitely need to keep going to more cons. I haven't been
Yeah,
to
they
in
need
a
to
while.
they need to hold the guest list together because that Comic Con I was talking about, Celebrity Fan Fest, they had to cancel their show a few days before it's supposed to start
Oh.
because they got this like huge lineup. They were supposed to have Ewan McGregor,
Oh,
Hayden
okay.
Christensen, and
Yeah.
Owen Wilson
Oh,
attending.
wow.
Those were like,
Lightning McQueen.
yeah, and Agent Mobius.
Yeah.
Those were their three headliners. All three of them ended up canceling,
Oh,
and they ended up
gosh.
having to cancel the whole show because those were the guests most attendees were going for.
Yeah. Wow, that's great. Have you ever met Owen Wilson?
I have not. I
No.
wanted to, but you could kind of say I got saved with him canceling.
Yeah. I'd like to meet him. I bet he's pretty cool.
Seems like a nice guy with his fans. My favorite movie of his is probably Drillbit Taylor.
I've never seen that, actually.
This movie's a classic. He
Yeah.
plays like this homeless guy who gets hired as a bodyguard for these three high schoolers who are being bullied.
Oh, wow.
And he ends up kind of becoming like a father figure of
That's pretty
sorts
cool.
to them.
I've always wondered what happened to his nose.
Yeah.
His nose is like...
Maybe he got into a lot of fights or something.
Maybe. I have no idea. He has a brother, too, that acts.
Yeah, Luke.
Luke, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He's a decent actor.
Yeah. But he's
Yeah.
not as popular,
Yeah.
so... I'd like to meet him. I think he'd be cool.
Yeah.
He's getting older, too. He's getting... It's crazy seeing these actors get older.
Yeah, like some of them you've followed since childhood
Yeah.
are like going old.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get your thoughts on the Flash movie, if I may.
I didn't... Oh, the one that's coming out? You're talking
Yeah.
about? I don't know. When I saw him in the Justice League, Ezra Miller play him. First of all, I was not a big fan of his suit. His suit looked like it was being held together by strings, literally. Like it looked
Right.
like he had these different
Like a puppet.
metal pieces with strings. Like I was like, that's a little weird. And then when he would run, it would look like he was just teleporting. Like it didn't even look like he was running. I
Yeah.
was like, okay. But I'd gotten so accustomed to the Barry Allen from the CW, played by
Grant Gustin.
and I really liked Grant Gustin as the Flash. I think he was really good, but I don't know. I have high hopes for it. I think that they learn.
After seeing the 2017 version of Justice League, I wasn't really that big of a fan of Ezra Miller as the Flash. I mean, he showed potential, but after seeing the Snyder Cut, my opinion of him as the Flash changed as a whole because his character was much different in the Snyder Cut. Like,
Really?
yeah, he was much more confident. His jokes weren't annoying. They felt natural.
Yeah.
And there was this scene in the Snyder Cut that's like hands down one of the best scenes in a comic book movie where he reverses time in order to like save the League or the world from to save the world from being wiped out by the mother boxes.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And like that scene is what made me change my opinion about him and got me excited for the Flash movie.
You know what I think one of the best scenes in any comic book movie is?
What?
In Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, number 2, when on the train.
Oh,
when he's
yeah.
stopping the train and he's like holding it back and then he passes out and they all carry him to the back.
Yes,
Dude,
that's
so
another
good.
great one.
That was so good. That whole scene, right from when he's talking to Mary Jane in the diner and he throws the car at him and you see it in his glasses and he like grabs her and does that spin thing, and then when they're fighting on the big clock tower and he's throwing the pieces of the clock down, he's like kicking them out of the way. Oh, that whole thing was so cool.
Sam Raimi did a phenomenal job with that movie.
Yeah. All 3 of them were really good. All 3 of them.
I felt like in the third Spider-Man movie, Venom was just shoehorned in.
Yeah. Yeah. I could, yeah, definitely. But I did think the Sandman was done really well. I like the Sandman.
Thomas Hayden Church did a great job.
Yeah, he did a really good job. And then Harry's whole little thing was a little weird. I was like,
Yeah,
this
where he
is-
became Goblin Jr.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that whole thing was that his movies are the best.
yeah.
Some of the best, I would say. At
So
least
back to the Flash movie. I wanted to get your thoughts on Michael Keaton coming back as Batman.
Is he supposed to come back?
Yeah, he's playing the same version he
Oh.
played in the Tim Burton movies.
In what?
In the Flash movie.
Oh gosh. Oh. Huh. That'll be interesting. Are they gonna DH him, or is he gonna be just an older, wiser Batman?
Look, from the set photos I've seen, it seems like he's going to be an older version of Batman.
Oh.
And just recently, I read an interview he did. He talked about putting on the Batman suit for the first time in years.
Oh, yeah?
Said it felt very familiar and very emotional.
That's interesting. I like Michael Keaton. I liked him as the Vulture. I like him in whatever other stuff he does. He's usually pretty good, so I'm not opposed to it. But I'm not going to be excited for Robert Pattinson being the Batman. He just does not fit. I
think after seeing the trailer, the movie shows promise, but I need to see more marketing for his Batman movie.
Yeah. When I saw the trailer, like it didn't feel like it fit to me. First of all, he's tiny. Batman is supposed to be big, like when Ben Affleck played him, dude, he was wide,
buff.
like he was big, yeah, and he was broad. And Robert Pattinson is not, and also he couldn't do the voice very well.
Right.
It was like, okay.
Another question I have, though, is if they're bringing back Keaton, are they just going to retcon Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, or have those be two separate movies?
I do wish they would introduce Robin at some point. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, another thing, this would be like a missed opportunity for the Flash movie. Have Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton have at least one scene together.
That'd be cool, yeah.
Or at least have a fight scene as their Batman.
Yeah. I think that'd be cool too. So another thing like that that people thought was a missed opportunity was in the Marvel movies when Doctor Strange and Iron Man were together because they both played Sherlock Holmes. They should have said something funny like "No shit, Sherlock" or something like that.
That would have been funny.
That would have been so funny, but they missed that opportunity.
Yeah. Another thing. Do you believe the rumors of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield appearing in No Way Home?
So I think that they'll be in it, but I don't think they'll be in it like people think they will. Like, I think that, like, they're going to be going through time or something, like, going through the multiverse, and you'll see, like, them flashing on the side of them as they're going through
right.
it. Like, you'll see their window. But I don't think they're going to be, like, standing together in battle against the Sinister Six like everybody thinks. I think that would be way too rushed for one movie to do all that in one movie.
True. But another thing is...
Unless they do that part in the Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, yeah.
And then bring them through in No Way Home. Which they could do.
Another thing is, though, so back in October when Jamie Foxx had announced his return as Electro for No Way Home, he posted this concept art of all three Spider-Man actors going up against his Electro. And,
oh, yeah?
Yeah, and I think a minute or two after posting that, he took it down.
Oh, yeah.
So, in the actor for Doc Ock, Alfred Molina, he confirmed that they had to, like, DH him.
Yeah.
And it was the same version he played in Spider-Man 2.
And Michael Keaton as the Vulture is in Morbius. So they are setting up the Sinister Six. Like,
yeah.
That's the thing they're setting up. So...
But if Toby and Andrew are going to be in it, do you think who do you think's going to be the standout Spidey in that movie? I
think that they'll make Tobey Maguire will probably be a little bit older, like a adult Spider-Man.
Right.
And I think they'll force Tom Holland to stand out. Like that just because that's their Spider-Man. I think they'll force him to stand out, but I think Tobey Maguire should be the standout, but I think they'll force it to be.
What will you think if they decide to kill off Tobey Maguire should he appear?
Honestly, I think that would be a good... As much as that would suck, I think that would be a really good choice. I think that'd make it really emotional. I think that'd be really...
Another cool thing to do is have Miles Morales exist on Maguire's Earth.
Oh, yeah.
Have him be inspired by that Spider-Man sacrifice.
I just hope that they don't do something stupid like kill off all three Spider-Man so that Miles Morales could be the Spider-Man.
I don't think they'd kill off Tom Holland. He still has more stories left to tell.
Yeah, but they're getting a little politically correct. I just hope they wouldn't do something dumb like that. That would be little too much.
Yeah,
my
that
taste.
is true.
Do you see politics inching into these movies recently?
Not lately, not yet.
Not yet. Not even the shows either on Disney Plus.
Trying to think.
In Falcon and the Winter Soldier, there was a lot of politics in that.
Yeah,
I was like,
I mean,
like that whole speech he had at the end to the governor or whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
government agents.
first of all, it was just a whole bunch of nothing. Like I listened to it like 3 times. I was like, what is he even saying? Like this isn't even like. He basically all he said is do better.
Yeah, I mean, I like the show, but yeah, that speech did feel a little rushed.
Yeah, I was like, what is he? Like, okay. It was just weird. Like it felt like they were trying to make him a super soldier without giving him the superhero serum.
Right.
And it was like, come on, dude. Like that, and also like it was supposed to be the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but Bucky did almost nothing.
I mean, I feel like he had a bigger presence in that series than he did in like the later movies, like Infinity War or Endgame.
I hear the second season is going to be more about him.
Yeah.
Which I hope is the case, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I think Marvel's getting a little pushing that barrier of political correctness. It's like,
I mean, I just don't want it to turn out like the CW.
yeah. Did they go political in that?
Well, The Flash, I stopped watching.
Yeah.
I just couldn't keep up with the new stories and just got too repetitive.
Yeah.
And they did like a Star Wars type battle in the finale from what I saw.
Oh, yeah.
And only show I've been watching lately on the CW is Superman and Lois. I love that show,
It's
by
good.
the way. Yeah, highly recommend it.
Yeah. Did you watch the Teen Titan? Not Teen Titan. What?
Legends of Tomorrow?
No. That one was okay.
Yeah, I haven't really watched this season.
But not Raven. Oh my gosh. They did the Batgirl one.
Oh, Batwoman?
And she was supposed to be gay or something, right?
Yeah, I didn't really watch it.
No, I didn't watch that one either. And then they did Stargirl too, right?
Yeah, I've heard that's actually surprisingly good.
And they made her black too, right?
No, not Stargirl.
Which one? They made one of them black, didn't they? A black chick? I thought Stargirl was black.
Don't you mean Starfire on
Starfire,
Titans?
yeah, Starfire.
I haven't really seen Titans,
Stargirl.
so I can't really give a judgment on the show.
No, I thought I saw a set picture of her being a black girl, but I don't know. Did they? And they made Robin all weird too, right? Like he looked weird, didn't he?
Can't really. I mean, I'd say they got the costume right because, like I said, I haven't really seen Titans.
Yeah, no, me either. I think I saw like the first episode of it, and it was just so weird. There was like
some weird shit.
Yeah, I was like, okay. Did you see Birds of Prey?
I did. I thought that was garbage.
It wasn't that good, wasn't it?
No.
It was like
movie
people
made no
milked
sense.
the crap out of Harley Quinn.
Yeah,
it's like,
she's
dude.
not Deadpool.
Dude, did you see the Corgan Deadpool thing?
Oh yes,
that was
for
so
the
cool.
Free Guy promotion.
Yeah, but he dropped like all these hints in it. Like he said he was going to be in Cumberbatch's next movie, which is the Multiverse of Madness.
Yes.
And then he said that he asked him how to be in the MCU. He said, "Check your email."
Would you count that as Deadpool's first MCU appearance?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, foretelling his first appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was him and Korg have pretty good chemistry.
Definitely. People have been saying they want him to take over Stanley's cameos.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
That'd be cool, right?
Yeah.
And I think Ryan Reynolds is a really good cast for that.
Yeah,
for
he was born for that role.
Yeah, the same as Robert Downey Jr. for Iron Man.
Yeah.
Perfect. Oh, they were so good. And
Tom Holland for Spider-Man.
he was really good, but there, what's his face?
Chris Evans.
No. He's not in it yet. It's John Krasinski.
Oh
He's
yeah.
supposed to be Mr. Fantastic.
Yes, that is a casting I would support.
Oh, 100%. And Emily Blunt is supposed to be the Invisible Woman.
I'd be down for that casting.
Yeah, that would be so good. That would be so cool. I would love that.
I don't want them to like drop the ball on the Fantastic
Yeah.
Four castings like they did with Lex Luthor for BVS.
Yeah. Did you see the newest Fantastic Four with what's his face?
Miles Teller,
With
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan and all that.
Yeah, I refuse to watch that.
It was garbage.
That movie looked terrible when I first saw the trailer for it.
Yeah, it was probably one of the top 3 worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I refuse to watch that movie or even acknowledge it.
Apparently, he was an adoptive sibling, or no.
Maybe sibling?
So he's supposed to be the brother to the Invisible Woman, right?
Right.
Well, the Invisible Woman, I think, one of them was adopted. There was an adopted sibling. I was like, what?
Right.
Weird. Why? Like, what? What? Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I've also heard there was a lot of behind-the-scenes drama with that movie.
Really?
Yeah, apparently the director, Josh Trank, he showed up to set high,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
and he got into he almost got into like an altercation with Miles Teller and Fox. Like they took over the entire movie. Like they took it from Trank and made it into something completely different.
That's
That's what
interesting.
Trank claims.
That's interesting.
Like I remember seeing this tweet from Josh Trank. I can't remember the exact words, but it was something like, I originally had a great movie that would have been better received, but sadly you guys will never see it because of the studio."
Yeah, that's sad. That's the same thing with Raimi. Sam Raimi, he had a fourth Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That he was like written out and ready to go, and
Sony threw it away.
yeah, I would have loved to see that. Apparently, the Vulture was going to be in it,
Yeah.
which would have been super
I've seen
cool.
the leaked concept
Yeah,
art.
like the first 5 minutes when he gets shot by all the feathers or whatever.
Yeah, and Bruce Campbell was supposed to be Mysterio.
Yeah, that would have been so cool. I would have loved to see
They
that.
need to pull that off with Multiverse of Madness.
Jake Gyllenhaal was a good Mysterio, though.
Yeah, he
Actually,
was.
I liked him a lot. He did a really good job. Dude, that whole scene when he was screwing with Peter's head
Yeah.
down in the subway or whatever, and he was just making him punch stuff and fall all over. Dude, that was so good.
When he explained his plan in that fake bar to his to his minions, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Like his acting, he
Yeah.
like changed from so-called hero to crazy psycho
Yeah,
really
when he
quick.
got the glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was so cool. That was so cool. They did such a good job with him. Is there anybody you haven't met yet that you want to meet that's on your bucket list? Do you have like a bucket list of people you want to meet?
Yeah, I want to meet Chris Evans. He's one of them. Tom Hiddleston.
Oh, yeah.
Ewan McGregor.
Okay.
Who else haven't I met? Stephen Amell, Grant Gustin,
Okay.
Ezra Miller.
I want to meet Robert Downey Jr.
Yes.
I would actually like to have him on my podcast.
That would be an awesome
He's got a
podcast
good story.
episode.
He's got a crazy story.
I still haven't seen that episode he was on of Joe Rogan Experience.
I watched it.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was really good. He's actually pretty conservative.
Really?
Which is crazy, yeah. He's pretty conservative, and what's his face? Chris Evans is like a hardcore liberal.
Yeah, I've seen some of Chris Evans' social media activity.
Yeah. And so is Bruce Banner. What's his name?
Mark Ruffalo.
Gosh, that guy.
It's as Joe Rogan put it, in Hollywood, you got your, I think he said, your closeted conservatives.
Yeah.
Or you got your Mark Ruffalo type of liberals.
Yeah. Mark Ruffalo had to eat some crow the other day.
Really?
'Cause he said something dumb about Israel versus Palestine or whatever.
Oh, God.
He said something dumb about like Israel attacking them like they were defenseless and Israel just attacked them and all this crazy crap.
Last I heard it was Palestine.
Yeah,
Attacked.
The next day he had to apologize and like I didn't know.
No, I don't really get why people have such a problem with Israel. Is there any background to that?
I mean, they just want them to give up, I guess. I don't know. I mean, that's where Christianity was born.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I just want to extinguish that, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, nowadays, people are being canceled for their views. I mean, if you look at the Mandalorian actress Gina Carano,
Yeah.
I was pissed when I heard about that.
That was awful. That
I mean,
was so bad.
they fired her because of a social media post and probably because she was conservative.
Yeah.
I mean, all she posted was about like today's political climate being compared to Nazi Germany, and she's not wrong.
Yeah, it wasn't wrong.
Because if you if you have like a certain political belief that doesn't align with like the left's, you'll get like canceled immediately, or better yet, people won't even want to talk to you.
See, that's how you know that there's an agenda, because only the conservatives, only the right get canceled.
Right.
If it was people really looking out for the society, then people from both sides would be canceled.
Right.
but it's not. It's only one side. And to me, that proves, first of all, who is in the right. But second of all, that it has nothing to do with who's in the right and who's in the wrong. It's about taking over. It's about silencing, and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like people shouldn't have to be silenced.
Yeah.
All this fear mongering going on.
Yeah.
I mean, now people are trying to. Now the government's trying to lock people down again.
Yeah.
I feel like people shouldn't have to fall for that fear mongering crap again.
Yeah.
Because those lockdowns were torture last year.
Yeah.
Couldn't even do anything fun.
See, so I believe that everything should be a choice. I don't believe the government should be controlling you. Like, regardless of if you think something's right or wrong, it should still be your choice to do it.
Right.
Like, obviously, with the exception of like murder or kidnapping or rape or something like that. But something as simple as like a mask or the vaccine, like
I mean that stuff, masks and vaccines shouldn't be mandated.
No.
Let people decide.
Especially when it's been proven on several occasions with mass amounts of data and mass amounts of leftist doctors and
Anthony Fauci.
Yeah, like and the CDC, like all mass amounts of these people have been caught in several lies about it on multiple occasions. Like, if it's really not that bad, like it should be. Like, if it was truly killing like millions and millions and millions of Americans, then yeah, like do something about it. But like when it's just like, oh, you're gonna get sick for a little bit, if you even get sick. Or if you're unhealthy, like you might want to take more measures. It's like it's your choice. Like if I want to just get sick and get over it, then why can't I do that? Like it's not that big of a deal. It's not going to affect you. You're not going to get sick. If I get sick, I'm going to stay home. Obviously.
Right.
Like what is it? And especially if you have the vaccine, like why are you saying anything? Like you have the vaccine, it should work, right?
I mean, I got the vaccine. I had no choice. I couldn't back out of getting it, so I sucked it up and just got it.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I mean, after the second shot, my head felt a little cloudy, but that was it.
But if you hadn't been forced, would you have got it?
Probably not. I would have wanted to wait for some more clinical trials to come out.
And that's the whole other thing. I'm not saying I would never, ever get it. I'm just saying I would like to wait for it to be an actual thing or...
Yeah.
Like,
it felt like I was...
it's not even FDA approved.
I feel like I was kind of like a cow being rounded up.
Yeah. It's not even FDA approved.
Yeah.
Who knows what's in that thing?
And also, like as Joe Rogan put it, it mostly affected people who are unhealthy or obese.
Yeah.
So the government or the president should be saying, like, go exercise, get out, go do something, like go to a gym, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. If you really want to do something about the nation's health, why wouldn't you reduce fast food sizes?
Yeah.
Who needs a 64-ounce big gulp soda?
Yeah.
Who needs a quadruple patty cheeseburger? Like,
yeah, that stuff's disgusting.
If you're gonna do something to help, why not that?
I mean, I wouldn't want to eat that stuff.
Yeah.
It's too much. Like, I've seen the documentary Super Size Me, and that stuff is very terrifying.
Super Size Me was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a good.
I refused to even watch it again. Like, it was that terrifying to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoy my share of fast food.
Yeah.
Obviously.
But it's not an everyday thing.
Yeah, and like also I know my limits.
Yeah.
I'm not eating it 3 times a day. I'm not.
I mean, I like eating apples and celery.
Yeah.
Or other stuff that contains fiber.
Yeah. I think people are. I think the government is intentionally trying to scare people and divide people, and I think that they always will if we let them.
Yeah.
I don't believe the government really has the people's best interests at heart.
Yeah.
At least 95%.
I trust you on that.
I
feel like this country missed a pretty good opportunity not re-electing Trump.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, see, if the election was fair and if he was treated the right way, and if he really lost, then it'd be whatever. Like, you lost, okay, move on.
Yeah.
But the fact that the election was fact that the election was cheated like that.
Seems like they wanted COVID to happen so they could plan this entire thing.
Yeah, yeah, and after they like blatantly treated him like crap for stuff, first of all, he didn't even do that. Then second of all,
There's
like
that whole Russia hoax.
yeah, and even stuff he did do, like just talking rude to people, like.
Yeah. I mean, I
He
like.
didn't deserve to go through that just for talking rude to people. Like you probably say
Right.
worse stuff on a daily basis.
Right.
Who are you to say that?
I mean, I liked how he didn't have that politician filter because
Yeah.
if you remember in 2015 at that GOP debate, what was her name? Megyn Kelly.
Oh yeah.
She was like asking him a question about what he's called women, and he answered like only Rosie O'Donnell. That was one of the funniest moments.
He said something to Hillary Clinton too when he was debating her.
Yeah, like you'd be in jail.
Yeah, when she said like that he wouldn't that.
It's good he's not in charge of the law.
Yeah, it's good that he's not in charge of the law. Like he's like, yeah, because he'd be in jail.
I remember the whole crowd was clapping during that,
Yeah.
and like the moderator was like, "Please do not applause. You're just wasting time." Like you could just see the bias right there.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, you can see the bias in all kinds of things. I watched this video the other day of these guys trying to put a Trump 2024 flag over the railing at a basketball game, like how people put things there.
I think it was a baseball game.
Maybe it was a baseball game, yeah.
Yeah.
And they tried to take it from him and like confiscate it. And he told him, he said, would you do the same thing for a Black Lives Matter banner? And they didn't answer him. And he was like, you can't take this from me. He said, I'll hang it down again, but you can't take it from me. And they finally left him alone after like a long time.
Yeah.
But it's true. Like they would not do that. If there was a Black Lives Matter one, they would let it be there.
Yeah, it really shows how in control the deep state is.
Yeah. I believe that the government creates intentional situations to divide us.
Yeah, like the
100%.
Iraq War.
Yeah, and I mean, even the whole... I did a lot of research into that George Floyd thing.
Yeah.
Man,
I've heard some things.
I have a hard time believing that was not orchestrated. Because the guy that they put in prison for it, who supposedly is Chauvin...
Derek Chauvin.
Yeah, Derek Chauvin, yeah, or Chauvin, whatever. Yeah, if you look at the picture of the guy that they arrested, the guy that was in court, and the guy that was kneeling on George's neck, they're two different people. Like
Really?
100%. I mean, their ear shape, where their ears sit, their beard lines, their hairlines, like their head shapes, like their forehead size, all of it. Eye color, I think, and the eye shape, all that stuff, it was all different. It was definitely 100% not the same person, but they arrested that. And I think that they intentionally paid someone to kill George.
Really?
To create a division.
Who do you, if you think that, who do you think possibly orchestrated it?
Well, obviously liberal, 100%. I don't think that'd be anything that first Trump would have done at all. Like I don't even like. Yeah, no, I definitely don't think that would have been Trump backed the police 100%. He was always in favor of the police, and he loved any citizen. He talked about loving the minorities all the time. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really hate how some things, like he said, were taken out of context.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to say this, but like it was during 2015. Like he said, all people were rapists.
Oh yeah, all Mexicans.
Yeah, but that was taken out of context.
Yeah.
Like, and he said some, I assume, are good people.
Yeah. 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 I mean, he always said some choice things. Like he always had like a way of speaking that was not the kindest and that was right in that line. But some people need that. Like some people won't hear it any other way, first of all, and sometimes that's a good motivator in that way. Like if you got in trouble with your parents and they said, "Oh, don't do that again, honey," versus if they spanked you, if they just told you like that, you're probably going to do it again.
Yeah. So
But if
it's
they
better to
spank
be
you-
disciplined.
Yeah. Or if they yell at you or whatever, like,
Yeah.
like there's a way to make people not do things or to do things. And I think that some people need it the hard way. Sometimes the hard way is the only way it sticks.
I mean, Trump, he had guts because I remember when he met with Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, when he stepped across the DMZ.
Yeah.
Yeah. No man's land.
Met with him 3 times.
Yeah.
And now it seems like North Korea isn't really testing any missiles,
Yeah.
even though those summits didn't really accomplish much.
Yeah. Honestly, you know who I think is behind a lot of stuff?
Who?
Obama.
Really?
I think he's speaking in Joe Biden's ear, actually.
I've seen that theory.
Have you seen the video where he said he would do it?
Yeah.
When they asked him what he would do after presidency or if he would ever run for president again, he said,
Yeah.
"No, I'd like to sit behind in the shadows and talk into their ear. Have someone
Yeah.
else be the president, but I'll tell them everything."
Lines
to do.
up. Under Biden, we have this huge gas crisis.
Yep, and Biden was his vice president. It's not
Yeah.
like Biden just some random new dude. No, that was his
Yeah.
vice president. You're telling me
Yeah.
they never talked about that? You're telling
Yeah.
me that never came up?
I heard gas was pretty bad under Obama.
Oh, awful! It was like $4 a gallon or something.
Shit.
Yeah.
And under Trump, it was like pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Do you remember the prices?
Yeah, rarely would it go over $2 a gallon here when Trump
Damn.
was in. I remember it being $1.79. We'd be surprised when it get up to like $1.97, $1.98. We'd be like, whoa, it's getting a little high.
Damn.
And really, it'd get to like $2.02, and we'd be like, oh my gosh, gas is getting up there.
Like
Now
yeah.
we're like, oh my gosh, it's $2.40. Go, 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 get some gas, get some gas.
Yeah. We had it pretty good under Trump.
Oh yeah.
And now all that's gone in the shitter.
See, I think the media is the biggest enemy of the people. They lie
Right.
through their teeth, and they have a specific narrative that they try to push, and they're never on the side of the people, which sucks. Like,
I remember a few years back, I don't know if you heard of them, but Project Veritas.
okay,
They exposed like CNN on the whole Russia hoax.
yeah, I remember that.
I think they got taken down for a while.
Yeah, CNN's got taken down on several occasions for a while for lying through their teeth,
Yeah.
but nobody does anything about it.
Yeah. They're part of the deep state.
Yeah.
And another thing is, I don't get how people can support those socialist senators like Bernie Sanders or Elizabeth Warren.
I can't, for the life of me, understand why anybody would ever think that communism would work.
Yeah.
Like, you've had so many examples of communism that have failed and continue to fail to this day.
Like in Cuba,
Cuba,
Venezuela.
Venezuela recently had like a civil war or something, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, Russia, maybe.
I don't know if Russia's communist today.
Yeah, they're communist.
Really?
I'm pretty sure they're communist, or they were at least back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day, but I don't know if Putin's a communist.
No, I mean, still, like Joseph Stalin was a communist.
Yeah.
Awful. China's still communist.
Yeah. I've
Awful.
heard China's been putting Muslims in concentration camps.
Yeah.
And apparently Disney, for that Mulan movie that came out last year, they thanked China for letting them film near it.
Oh my gosh. I never watched that one.
I didn't watch it either. It looked bad.
Yeah, it looked...
Didn't even look anything like the animated version.
And Mushu wasn't in it at all.
Right.
It was like, man, if I can't watch Mulan and without Let's Get Down to Business, are you kidding me? I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah, that was a good song from the animated film.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's another Civil War coming at some point.
Wouldn't surprise me.
And it won't be white versus black this time.
Right.
I think it'll be left versus right.
Right.
And
I mean,
it'll be real bad for one side.
you know who I think come 2022, I really want to see Nancy Pelosi lose her spot as Speaker of the House.
Oh gosh, yeah. She was trying to pass bills earlier this year to make it where she was like permanently the Speaker of the House.
Oh God.
And it was like, dude, like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's like...
I usually call her the daughter of Satan.
Oh my gosh. That's funny. Yeah, not...
She's like implementing these new mask mandates inside.
She acts like she's the president.
Yeah, she's not.
like,
She never will be.
Yeah, I hope not. I
want Ron DeSantis to run for president.
Okay, yeah, he'd
Or
be good. I want
Donald
Ted
Trump
Cruz.
again.
Ted Cruz. Trump, obviously.
I don't really know about Cruz after all the controversy.
Yeah, everybody has controversy.
Because Cruz runs for re-election, and
I would like to see Trump be the president and Ted Cruz be the vice president.
Be something.
I think that would be...
But
Ted Cruz has been named one of the best debaters in the country.
Really?
Or maybe even the world. I can't remember which one, but yeah, definitely he's up there.
Something I wanted to say is like, a come 2024 when Cruz's Senate seat is up, and say if he's running for re-election, his opponents are going to use the whole Cancun thing against him.
You think they'll still be on that many years later?
You never know.
Yeah.
Those people hold grudges.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Yeah, with this whole cancel culture, everybody digging up stuff from childhood.
Right.
To,
it's pretty dumb.
Yeah, it's not. It's just not good. I think the people should turn off their TVs.
Right.
I think that people should turn off their phones and just go outside and experience the world, and I'm guaranteeing you life would be a lot better.
Yeah.
I don't watch news ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Same.
If I only research my stuff through several different sites. I'll research the same thing for a long time to make sure I'm reading the right thing and that it's not just some random website. I never look at the news. I research through websites and documents and speakers and all kinds of stuff. Doctors, professors, all kinds of stuff. And
only news I mostly keep up with is the movie news, and if I ever want to read actual news, I mostly use Daily Wire.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Ben Shapiro, I watch his podcast on YouTube.
I like listening to Ben Shapiro because he is super, super smart. Like, he knows all his sources, all the doctors, all the professors, everything. He knows them all, and he can just go quote them off and off and off. And just go.
I really enjoyed his interview with Gina Carano after she got fired.
Yeah.
That was very informative interview on what her reaction was after being fired and how she found out.
Yeah.
Yeah, she confirmed that she found out when she was on the internet.
Oh.
And she mentioned how her talent agency dropped her. But I'm glad Daily Wire's giving her a shot at her own movie that she's going to be producing.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'll be sure to give that a watch.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like him and Joe Rogan need to collaborate more often.
Yeah.
Because I've seen some of their joint stuff, on each other's podcasts. They do pretty well.
Oh yeah. Have you watched or looked at the Babylon Bee? You know what that is?
Yeah, it's that satire site. It's pretty funny.
So funny. Oh my gosh. I love them. I love their stuff. They're so funny. I don't even know how they come up with that stuff. That'd be such a fun job to come up with those articles.
Yeah, they should have their own podcast.
Yeah, I think they do. Actually.
Really?
I think so. I saw something about it, and I thought the same. I had thought the same thing, and then I saw something about it. But I don't know if they were just doing an interview or if it was a podcast. Though I have to look into it. But it was fun. They're so funny. All their stuff is hilarious. It's hilarious.
Yeah,
and you know what's
really funny shit.
You know what's funny? That I always think about. You see all these conservative merch companies, the Hodge Twins are.
Yeah.
So they conservative talk shows, conservative. They make all these this merch, grunt style, conservative merch, and conservative satire comedy and stuff, Babylon Bee and all this stuff. But you never really see any liberal merch.
Right.
You never really see any liberal talk shows like that. You never really see any liberal
You got Jimmy Kimmel. You got Samantha Bee.
Yeah. But not really not like that. What are you supposed to put on a T-shirt?
Right.
If you were making liberal merch, what would you put? BLM?
Not sure.
What?
Maybe Biden, Harris.
Maybe, yeah. That's about it. I mean,
Yeah.
You can't put "Don't Tread on Me" because that's not a thing. You can't put "Come and Take It" because that's not a thing that they believe in.
Maybe sign with Beto O'Rourke.
Yeah. You can only put people.
Yeah.
There's not really you can't put "We the People" because they don't stand for "We the People."
Right.
You can't put.
They stand for themselves.
You can put LGBTQ plus or something.
Yeah.
Have you seen that thing where it's LGBTQ? It says "Let's get Biden to quit."
Yeah.
It's so funny. That's so funny. I would love to have a shirt that said that. I would love that.
Yeah.
Or BLM and it says Biden likes minors.
Oh yeah, I've seen those memes.
Oh my gosh.
He is a creep.
Oh man. That's another thing, man. It would be one thing if Biden was just dumb. And he was just a liberal president. Sure. That'd be a whole thing. But considering he's a pedophile and everybody wants to turn a blind eye to that, baffles me.
Yeah, and he also has
Baffles
dementia.
me. If you can let, yeah, that too. If you can let someone mess with your children like that and turn a blind eye to it,
Yeah.
that's disgusting.
If I had a kid, I'd keep him as far away from Biden.
Oh gosh, absolutely. That's just not. Oh my, no, that's not good. That is not someone you want
Right.
running the nation. I'm pretty sure he doesn't even know he's running the nation half the time.
Probably. I saw a video of one of his Secret Service agents having to lead him to the right direction.
Oh my gosh. Did you see when he was gonna start calling on reporters to ask questions, and he was like, as usual, they've given me a list of who to call on.
Yeah.
And we'll just go down the list. I was like, oh my gosh.
81 million votes, my ass.
Yeah. And then when Russia, he was meeting with Putin,
Yeah.
he's like, here's a list of things not to hack, pretty much is what he said.
Yeah.
Like, these are off limits. Oh my gosh, dude.
I agree with Joe Rogan saying how we don't really have a leader in this country and how Biden's out of his mind.
Yeah.
He is pretty right on that statement.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like, we really don't have a leader in this country. We're just a USA in name only.
Yeah, we definitely.
It's chaos.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not. Something's has to break at some point.
Yeah.
It's like.
I really don't want Harris as president.
Yeah.
If Trump or DeSantis were to run against her in 2024, they have my vote.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the world is headed to a terrible place right now if it's not going to be fixed.
All this inflation.
Especially knowing that Democrats will cheat and are morally okay with cheating.
Well, they better be prepared come 22 because they're going to lose the House. That's a guarantee.
Yeah. I don't know. That scares me that the Democrats are okay with cheating, like morally okay with cheating, because what's going to stop them from doing it? Who's going to stop them?
Right.
Like they're just going to keep winning over and over and over and over. Not even winning, like cheating and getting it, because who's going to stop them?
Right.
So I think that they got to be stopped before they get too powerful.
Yeah.
This is the quote of the day, by the way.
All right.
I'm going to wrap it up here.
Okay.
All right. Oh, this is from Brother Bear. Let love guide your actions.
It's an interesting quote.
Yeah, it's a good one. Have you seen Brother Bear?
Yeah.
Oh, I love Brother Bear.
I haven't seen it in a long time, though.
It's been a long time. Boom. And while I'm doing this, you get to sign the poster.
Awesome.
My little thing here. The marker's right here.
Okay.
That's going to sit over there. Actually, this goes on this side.
And
Boom. Okay, let me put this on here. Oh. Is this your first podcast?
I do a podcast with my friends David and Armal on Discord.
Did we go to school with him?
I think you've met them.
I think I know Ermal.
Yeah, Armal Ali.
Yeah. Yeah, I know him.
Yeah. We do a podcast on Discord. We talk
that's
about
cool.
movies and games
Okay.
and anime.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I can put the link to that in the description.
All
How
right.
often do you guys do it?
We usually do it, like, I have trouble keeping track of it, but whenever we're all available,
Okay. There you go.
it's
go.
pretty fun to do it with them.
What's it called?
DC Marvel Animes podcast.
Okay, cool. There you go. You also have an Instagram, right?
Yeah, WYATT BRAY 19.
So if you want to see all the pictures with the celebrities that he's taken and all the cons he's been to, he keeps up with that really well. And he also does movie reviews on there
Yeah.
of all the newest movies. In-depth ones too, not just like 5 out of 10 stars. No,
Yeah.
like he does in-depth and he talks about them.
Yeah.
So if you're ever wondering, the link to his Instagram will be below, so you can go follow that and keep up. There you go.
Yeah.
Man, it's been like almost 10 years now since we've seen each other.
This is our first time seeing each other
Yeah,
in a while.
in a long time. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Great.
Thanks for having me on your
Yeah,
podcast.
we'll definitely have to hang out again.
I'd be down.
Normally.
Yeah.
No
When I'm
masks.
back in town.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you're going off to college, right?
Yeah, I'm going back to Texas Tech tomorrow.
Yeah, you're in for film, right? For something in the film.
Like theater. I want to do
Theater.
behind the scenes stuff like set design or cinematography.
Yeah. So film is really your passion, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. So be sure to follow Wyatt down there below and listen to his podcast. And yeah, thank you for watching. And I will see you.
Oh, another thing is if you want to listen to the podcast, you can find the episodes on Spotify.
Oh, there you go. Spotify. Boom. Everything will be linked below. And I will see you next week with another podcast.
Have a good day or good night.